Hello and welcome to today's video. We are here for Season 1, Episode number 7 of our NASCAR Camping World Truck Series NASCAR Heat 2 Championship. Today we're taking on 2 more races as the race of the playoff heats up. And I also do want to note that the playoffs will begin on the 14th of November, not the 16th as I previously said. In my book, I accidentally wrote episode 6 2 different times, making that there would be 12 episodes. Because I wrote 6 and then 6 and then 7 was the week after. So this week is week 7, but in my book I accidentally wrote 6 2 times in a row. So figuring out that issue, there will be 1 week where there will only be 4 NASCAR Heat videos instead of 5 to make up for that issue that I made. So a look at the schedule. We have Michigan and Bristol today, and next week we have Canadian Tire and Chicago. And this is the final 4 tracks we have. So this week we got Michigan and Bristol. Next week we have the only road course in Chicagoland. Now a quick look at the standings as we head to Michigan. I am first with 5 points and 34 playoff points, followed by Ryan Truex with 3 wins, 20 playoff points. John Hunter Nemechek, 2 wins, 13 playoff points. Matt Crafton, 1 win, 6 playoff points. Reagan Smith, 1 win, 5 playoff points. And Chase Briscoe and Austin Cindric also have playoff points. Now, another note is that the free Toyota pack for October is now out at the time of this recording, which means we can now use the Sirius XM paint scheme along with the JBL paint scheme. So we're actually going to use Sirius XM for this week, just to switch it up because we finally have 2 different paint schemes for Alright guys, I qualified here 6th place at Michigan. It's pretty cool, the first time here using another paint scheme in the truck series. So you guys know I have not bought any of the pit passes. I didn't buy the pit pass or any of the DLCs yet. I'm not going to buy DLCs unless I get the pit pass, so that's the thing. I don't really know what other paint schemes were. I know in September, of course I got the free one, so I got the Toyota one from September, Toyota one from October, and there's a GameStop one for 2 Eric Jones cars for the Xfinity Series, I believe. So those are the only free ones that came out so far, but the other ones I have not gotten yet. So I don't really know. Well, I mean, I know the paint schemes that are in all of them, but I don't really know what other Toyota ones came out last time. I know there wasn't any trucks, so didn't last time Toyota was only the Cup and Xfinity Series. So you're going to make a run here on Truex, try to get the lead.
Clear low, stay low. Hold
To lead the last lap of the stage is the goal here. You get yourself another stage point. Try to secure first place in the regular season championship. Next week is the goal. Later this week, you guys can see the beginning of the playoffs for the Xfinity and Cup Series. Those are the second videos for both of those going up. So on Saturday and the second video on Sunday, you guys can see the playoffs for those 2 series take place. Pretty excited about that. And again, in 2 weeks from now, we take on the playoffs in the Truck Series. That will take place over 1 week. That will just be 3 videos on 1 week, and we'll wrap up the series. So we're getting close to the end for all these series. Kind of exciting to be wrapping up the first season already. And I'll decide last minute if I'm going to play the Cup Series with Kevin Harvick. I know the whole time I've been saying that I would, but I really want to decide whether or not to, depending on the playoffs for real. Because as you guys know, I don't like to do series as drivers that I want to win. It always seems like that they lose or something happens. if I'm playing as them at the
Hold
time.
steady wheel.
It's happened multiple times that
Stay on the bottom.
drivers that I wanted to do good don't make it to the championship round or something happens. I know that happened in
Clear
2014.
low, stay low. Easy.
I wanted Jeff Gordon to make the final round. Just because he raced good all year. And in 2014, and I did a series of that game, and he didn't. 2016, I was hoping that Carlos could win the championship because Kevin Harvick had got eliminated the week before. And he wrecked out, and I'd been doing a series of Carl Edwards, so that was the thing. So I'd rather not race as Kevin Harvick while the actual season's happening.
Low.
So I'm not sure when the playoffs or when the actual NASCAR season ends compared to when a new season will start. So
Clear low, get down there.
that will be the deciding factor for those series. Again, I don't really care so much for the Truck Series or for the Xfinity Series. Of course, I'd like Christopher Bell to win the Truck Series championship and William Byron to win the Xfinity Series championship, but if they don't, I'm not like, oh, they didn't win. So that's the thing. So I like them to win, but I'm going to race with them here, and whatever happens, happens. But that will be the deciding factor whether or not we do season 2 or season 3 as Kevin Harvick. Because I really want to do a season as Kevin Harvick
Only 5 laps left.
in this game. There's so many paint schemes that I can race now. Because in 2017 update of NASCAR Heat Evolution,
Steady wheel.
they had no paint schemes in the game. And the Busch paint schemes came out in that game for the 2016 update, for the 2016 version, like a week before the 2017 update came out. So I didn't really get to ever use the beer paint schemes, which I really like the Busch paint schemes. I've always thought they looked cool on Kevin Harvick's car for the past, what's it been, 2 years? This year and last year? Yeah. And I like using
Slow down.
those sponsors. I just think that it's stupid they don't put them in the game. So I really want to be able to race the
Easy.
Busch paint schemes, and there's a lot of them in here.
Outside, real
There's the
tight.
throwback one. There's the regular one. There's Busch Light. There's just a lot of Busch paint schemes we can use. Plus, we can use the Jimmy John's paint scheme, obviously, and we can use a mobile one. So there's a lot of options
Hold steady wheel.
for Kevin Harvick paint schemes to use, and I would like to get the opportunity to use those paint schemes in a
Another car out
series.
there. Clear up top.
So we will race Kevin Harvick just to get to decide whether it's season 2 or season 3. It was going to be season 3, then I pushed up to season 2, but it might fall back to 3. And in that case, I may not race Harvick in the Xfinity Series so I can have both of them at the same
All
time.
clear, driver.
So right now we have to chase down, who's got the lead? TJ Bell? Oh, okay, well it's not like anybody good. And we'll try. We're going to try to chase him down. Pretty sure he's going to have a hard time staying in the lead here. At Michigan. We'll find out though. He's still got the lead with 3 to go.
Need 2 more fast ones, driver.
2 to go, okay. Yeah, we should be able to get by him here, maybe in this corner, if not. Yeah, we'll get him on the straight back here, or the next corner or something. Hopefully. That'll keep another driver out of the playoffs. Did not mean to spin him sideways. This here is the first time that we're racing the Truck Series with the
1 to go. You're all you got.
strict caution setting on. Last week's video, the strict caution patch did not come out when that was recorded. It came out like the day after. So this is the first time we're racing this with that. So really we're running 3 series, and if you're recording different days, different things happen. That's actually the thing. This week, the way that the schedules worked out, I really figured out what days I wanted to record videos, and I figured Monday we'll do Gran Turismo and Fallout. Those are 4 videos.
Hey, you gotta slow down.
And I'm like, you know what? Tuesday, Just Cause 3, GTA, and Overwatch. But I'm like, those are only 3 videos. And then I'm like, tomorrow I'm going to have to do 5, because I got to do the Truck Series, 2 Xfinity Series, and 2 Cup Series. And 2 of those are playoff videos, and those take a long time. So I figure, let's move the Truck video to the same day so we can do 4, 4, and 4. Plus, the Truck videos are really short, because they're short races. So, we won Michigan, now we have to go to Bristol and try to win there. Let's see if we can do it. Alright guys.
Outside, hold your line.
There's only 6 laps in the first stage here at Bristol. Our goal
All clear, all clear.
to win all the stages and the race. Now I do want to apologize if you guys notice around the top of the section where the camera is on your screen, there's a little bit of issues there with the green screen at the moment. And that's because I'm using the lighting outside as my light. And it's a storm right now, so it's kind of dark and cloudy and windy. And right now the sky got really dark, darker than it was all day. So that might affect the lighting a little bit. I hope it doesn't, but if not, it's mostly just going to be using the lighting from the TV. So I apologize to that. Before that, not really anything I can do, but yeah, so there's a storm outside. It's been super windy all day. It's kind of wild. I was looking at some of the trees in between recording, and it was like super windy, and I'm like, yo, that was a yikes. Alright, so we got 2 laps to go here in stage number 1 at Bristol. We already won Bristol night race in both the trucks, not the trucks, the Xfinity and Cup Series. Got the wins there. So all we have to do is get the win here, and we will have 1 Bristol in all 3 series. I'm super excited though for the playoffs, guys. I'm really excited to bring playoff racing for all 3 series to the channel. I think this is going to be exciting to see for the first time how playoff points play out. We haven't had that, obviously. The stage points, playoff points, all that stuff.
Steady. Nice and smooth.
Because again, you guys remember, we can accumulate them through the stages, or through the first couple rounds of the playoffs. So for the trucks, we can accumulate them through the round of 8 and the round of 6. Obviously, the ones in the round of 6 we get will only impact that round, because the playoff points do not carry over to the final round, and you cannot win stage points. And so you'll probably notice the impact of them maybe the most. I don't know, it's going to be difficult, because the Cup and Xfinity Series, we have like almost 100 in both. Whereas here, we really don't have that many more. We may have, we'll probably have like 25 more than everybody else, just by the end, just based on the fact that we're going to get 15 more bonus playoff points and all that shit. But for now, there's no significant benefit. We'll probably see next week after the final race is done. So after Chicagoland race next week, we'll probably see the impact of that really come out, and we'll see what it looks like. But for now, the closest championship should probably be the Truck Series. It's been our closest series all year. All season, I guess I should say, because it's not been a year. That's been the closest one, though, where the other ones really haven't been as close.
Alright.
The Xfinity and Cup have been gone. We've had a lead, and it's been over. So they're both going to get about 100. That should easily carry us to Homestead. Again, guys, though, you got to remember, Homestead, those points don't carry over. So the 100 points we're going to have in both series aren't carrying over. I think we should have close to like 120. Because both those ones, I still have 2 races left and I'm at 100 about now. So that's going to be a yikes. I think that we're going to have a lot of points in those.
You ready?
I don't really know how my career of this game, I got so many
Outside, still
points.
there. 10 laps to go.
Playoff points. I don't really know.
Clear high.
Kind of confusing me because I got like 70. Well, I guess if you count in the fact that I get the regular season championship, and I did all the races and had about 70. I guess that makes sense. So here we get. So the other thing about Homestead, though, quick note, is that there are stages, but there aren't stage
That was a
points.
really good lap.
Because the point in your championship, the way NASCAR does it, is that it's an all-out battle at Homestead. Who wins Homestead, or finishes highest at Homestead, wins the championship. That's the point. So, if you do that, you can't win stages because then you may finish second to whoever wins, but you might get more points. So that race has a different set of rules. It's not really so much points. It's more just, I mean, whoever gets the most points just by finishing the race is what it comes down to. So that way you can get 40 for finishing first in the race, but if you finished 11th in the first stage and the second stage, and the guy finished second gets 35 points, and the 2 stages, you know, then they may have 45 or 55 points, and you only have 40, and you'll still lose, even though you cross the line first. So that is why there's no stage points. But here we go, there's 4 laps to go at Bristol. We're 4 laps away from capturing our 7th win of the season. And our something stage points, I don't know. I think we had 40 after Michigan. We'll see in a minute what we get here at Bristol, but...
The car ahead is pitting. Still there, he's outside.
It's been a decent rate. What the hell? Now, I don't know if the NASCAR Next drivers are in this field.
Outside.
We can find
All clear,
out
all clear.
at the end of the race, though, if they are. We can check the finishing order. I'll check after. It's not something that I really care to check in a video, but I will check the standings
Final lap.
and see if there's more than 32
Clear high.
points. I haven't seen any of the NASCAR Next drivers,
Stay on
so
the top.
I'm not
Easy. The bottom's clear.
really sure.
Inside still there. That's a win.
There you go, though. That's how you get it done at Bristol. You'll lead every lap of the race and win it all.